So as soon as I put on Facebook that Dad was in hospital following a heart attack, all his friends were in touch asking what they could do and when they could go and see him. I couldn't believe the people who got in touch, and it was lovely to hear all the messages of love and support for Dad. It made the news about how ill he'd been a little bit more bearable. Such a popular guy. I wanted to send them all details of how to find Dad in the hospital. It's one big building. Well, actually, there's quite a few buildings, but one main big building, and it's actually 4 main doors. He's right at the other end of the hospital from the front door. But there's actually a car park right next to his ward, but it's a bit tricky to find. If you get the lift to the wrong part of the building, it seemed impossible to get to that from the floor down and the one that Dad's ward is on. The hospital's a bit funny about visiting during protected meal times, which is great as it gives staff the chance to make sure that patients are eating properly, but if you turn up at the wrong time, it can be a bit annoying because you're not allowed to visit them and you're not allowed in. Car parking is expensive enough without having to spend an extra hour waiting, not to mention the cost of coffee. Couldn't believe that. I thought Starbucks was overpriced. Problem is that all these times are different for different wards, and the hospital's website is impossible to get information from. I don't know who designed it, but it's really bad for times. The only map on there is a PDF file, but you have to download it to read it. But it doesn't have any details about which ward is where or anything about visiting times, etc. Pretty useless, really. When I went to my son's open day at uni, we were sent a link to our phone that gave directions of how to go to registration. This was great as it allowed you to link to an app which had maps of the whole campus, and you could click on parts that you were interested in, and videos would pop up with students and staff talking about what happens where. It was great, like a mini open day in your pocket. And when we go to the uni, I felt we knew our way around already. It also had notifications telling us the times of the next tour, so we're always on time for everything. Now all I need to do is work out how we're going to have to pay for him. Not cheap.